Good morning. Good morning. It's Get Free Friday. Good morning. Good morning. It's Get Free Friday. Good morning. Good morning. It's Get Free Friday. Good morning. Good morning. It's Get Free Friday.
It's Get Free Friday. It's Get Free Friday. It's Get Free Friday. Good morning, good morning, and welcome, welcome, welcome to Daring Dialogues. I'm your host today, Shantae Charles. I do not believe I'm going to be very long in what I have to say, um, but you may see me close my eyes a little bit because I'm trying to visually remember everything that I need to say. Um, we are supposed to be once again reading, but in light of the things that have been happening here in the United States, I feel like I need to say a few things in order to hopefully um, help us and provide some truth. So we know that a excursion took place in Southside Chicago recently, very similar to some of the um, tactics that the regime over decades, over time, has used against black people and black families. Very reminiscent of the move situation in Philly, and very similar in nature to Tulsa. Um, what is not helpful, especially to content creators who are trying to inform people in as quickly a way possible, or who are trying to inform people of what's happening on the ground, um, in ways that doesn't get their social media targeted. What's not helpful for them is for people to come into space with "I told you so" rhetoric, especially if it's a black content creator. We all told them so. We did. We all told them so. We all warned them. We all said that, hey, it's always us first before it's you next. We all said those things, but we're past that at this point. Yes, we all said it. Yes, we all warned, but now we're in it. Now we're in it. And so you got to shift your commentary. You got to shift your conversation, because now that we are in it, we don't need to hear "I told you so" right now. People need information, they need resources, they need ways to organize offline, they need legal counsel, they need places to find things to exercise their 2A, they need coordination with other people in their community, they need walkie talkies. We get it. We get it. You told them so. You warned them. You know, um, some people are getting what they voted for, and even some of that rhetoric is not appropriate to be saying to black people who didn't vote for this. They didn't vote for it. So no, they aren't actually getting what they voted for. They're getting what other people voted for. And so, using that kind of rhetoric when it comes to black people who are being attacked and being arrested, who are citizens, um, is not really cool. It's not good. It's not good. And the frustrating thing is, as we are trying to inform, right, a lot of us are having to spend time getting people out of our comment section whose arguments don't even apply to us. I get it. People want to rant, people want to rave. But right now, while people are trying to inform, hold that commentary. Put it in your journal. Put it in your journal. And I often say, if you don't have anything empowering or encouraging to say in this moment to people who are in the midst, to people who are going through the attacks and the invasion of their personal rights, um, put it in your journal. Good morning. Put that in your journal. When I heard what was happening in Southside Chicago, it reminded me very much of what happened in our community in the 80s with the war on drugs. There were people that would swarm out, break down people's doors, claim that there was a drug dealer inside, and usually there was not. Usually it was just Big Mama and her grandkids. They would force them out of their little space and they would tear the entire space up. The beds, the furniture, they would rip things up. They would completely destroy the space. And after they got done and saw, oh, there was no drug dealer here, that Big Mama was left to clean that up, which is unfortunately what's going to be happening in Southside Chicago with all those people who were illegally detained, roughed up, held captive for hours, and then released. And when they went back to their spaces, their whole apartments, every little thing that they had was either destroyed. And in some people's cases, they said furniture and stuff is missing, stuff is stolen from them. Those are not the people that you come and pile on and say, well, we told y'all what was going to happen. We told y'all it was coming for us. You got what you voted for. Actually, they didn't. They didn't vote for that. So, using that kind of rhetoric with people who are being harmed does not help. Okay? I haven't heard what's good, Shawty, since since the 1990s when I lived in the hood. I'm good. But thank you. Thank you for asking, Mr. Salty Baller. I appreciate it. Um, and so I just want us to be mindful that, yes, they have now moved on and started to include Black citizens. Yes, we have warned about this. Yes, we knew it was coming. Some people are still saying, well, we're sitting this one out. We're sitting this one out. Baby, let me tell you, it's hard to sit something out when there's a AK-47 pointing in your face telling you to get up and get on the ground, or snatching you out of your home butt naked. You're past the sitting it out point. I just thought I should let somebody know. At that point, you can't sit it out because it's sitting in your living room. I don't have a need to race bait. It's not race baiting if it's actually happening. It's called information, and we want people to get informed. So if you're not interested in getting informed as to what's happening on the ground in real time, this is probably not the space for you. Again, People using words and rhetoric that don't make sense for right now and where we are. This is exactly what I'm talking about. People are experiencing this in real time. That's not a race or a bait. That's actual actions that are happening to people. And that's what I mean. So you would tell somebody whose home has been invaded, whose things are missing, whose apartments have been torn up, working class black people who are citizens, you would tell them after they got done telling you what just happened to them, you would be the first person telling them you're race baiting. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Ask yourself that. Does what I'm about to say to them make sense? And this is why I'm coming on today and I'm saying in my spaces, when I see that, I'm blocking you. Now, some people don't mean no harm. I might hide their commentary. But if you're on every one of my posts saying something that does not apply, I'm blocking you. I'm blocking you because we're past the point, right? We said that they're eventually going to bring the fight to us. Okay? We said that. Okay? So now that it's being brought to black people, they need resources, they need help, they need some tactical training and directions, and some of them are going to need to build their life back because it's just been invaded. Mm-hmm. Yep. So that is what I wanted to share this morning. I wanted to share to please be mindful as you're online. I saw people tagging people in certain posts about what's going down in Chicago, like they were tagging their friends into the post. I absolutely, in this hour and moment, do not recommend that. Don't tag your friends who live in the places that is being militarized and targeted. Why do I say that? Because we know that these apps are not for us. They let us use them, but essentially they're not for us. And so you don't want to put people that you know, you don't want to put people that you love into more target by tagging their names in posts. I do recommend sharing the post with them by messenger. If you see an alert come up in their area or community where your friends and families are, share the post by messenger. Copy the link to a post and text it to the person of interest and say, hey, check this out. But don't tag them directly into a post, okay? That's dealing with all of this. You do not want your friends and your family to be unnecessarily targeted, and they will be if you're tagging their name in all of these posts. Just a heads up. What else did I see between last night? Just trying to remember that I wanted to address. Um, so yeah, if you don't have a set already, get you a set of walkie talkies. Make sure you have a um, your identification on you. And these days, you're probably going to need at least two forms of identification on you. Most people have a driver's license or a ID. Um, I would say if you don't want to compromise things like your birth certificate or things like that, get a voter ID card. You can have one sent to you for free, and get your voter ID card, and that can serve as a second form of identification. Your voter ID card. All right. Um, so yeah, those are some things I want to share this morning. Let's not pile on to each other. Times are already difficult. I don't want to see black people piling on to black people. We already know, well, most people know what time of day it is, and those who don't, unfortunately, are going to figure it out the hard way. but try not to pile on to another black person in this hour. You see them struggling, um, try to offer help and assistance in the ways that you can. Um, yeah, that's what I wanted to share. So hopefully next Friday we will be back with our reading. In the meantime, stay safe, stay aware, keep your head on the swivel, and exercise your rights to defend yourself because you do have the right to do that. Pastor Ben, if you want to come on and share, I have already sent you the link, so you just need to grab it and add yourself, and I'll bring you in. Mr. Salty Baller says, feeling absolutely obliterated, extraordinarily faded, exponentially peculiar, and quite whimsical. That's a lot. But hey, feel your feelings. Feel your feelings. Let's see if he can come on. And while we're waiting, you can share with us where you are in the world today. Um, you can give a state, not necessarily a city or a country. I am in the great state of Maryland, and we happen to have a governor who is actually trying to fight for and protect our rights against a tyrannical regime, which is pretty cool because I see so many governors not doing absolutely anything to protect their state citizens from what's going down. So shout out to Governor Wes Moore. You might not like all of his policies, but one thing we can say is he is trying to mitigate some of the things that are coming out of the current regime. Ben, do you see that link? I don't see you. You don't see a link. Let me try it again. All right, I sent it again. We'll see what it does. If you don't see it, I'll just close out for today. Give it a moment. While we're waiting, I want to read something to you from one of my friends who actually used to live in the area that was attacked. All right, Pastor, I'm bringing you on. Let me read this aloud. She said, this week has shaken me to my core on every level, best described as an escalating and sobering reality. What happened in Chicago has put me in a place I've never really been. What happened in Chicago has barely received any significant media attention. A podcaster is unalived, a comedian is yanked off the air, and these stories are non-stop on your television. Everyone knows these stories and hears them. Yet in the third largest city in the United States, a neighborhood is attacked by the government, and outside of local Chicago news coverage, it was just a blip on the news. What are we doing? People used to wonder how the move bombing happened in Philadelphia. You don't need to wonder. Pay attention now. What happened in Chicago is egregious because others created a false narrative of Chicago as one of the most dangerous places ever. When statistically, it simply is not true. But this narrative was created, and so people assume there is truth to the story. For whatever Chicago is, I've never been targeted, harassed, or assaulted like I have been where I live now. In Chicago, I could trust that my neighbors or someone would come to my aid if needed in public, but this has not happened where I live. The world has bought narratives that are sold without question. So, a story of Black Hawk helicopters in the middle of Southside Chicago, with families being dragged out of their homes, some naked, because it was 10 at night, doesn't register to people. On some level, people think that's bad, but it doesn't have anything to do with me. I can't stress enough how complicit the media has been in getting us to this point. They help to elevate and empower the beast that now threatens us all. The powers to be gave us a buffet of free media to the point we really don't think we should have to pay for quality news anymore. We've slowly been programmed by the free media to the point that we live in a country on a brink of collapse because the slow media poisoning and masses don't realize it. Nothing is what it once was. Trusting based off prior experience in this new reality is dangerous. Support what nourishes and enriches you and question everything. None of us are immune from being targeted now. Yesterday, it was a black working class community. Tomorrow, it could be you. Imagine being dragged out of your home, loaded into a U-Haul truck while these agents of the state decide what to do with you, even though you've done nothing wrong. What really concerns me is knowing that if I, as a black woman, were disappeared, the story of what happened to me could be manipulated, and the algorithms could make it that my disappearance is barely a story, or that people would just accept whatever the official story is because they still believe in a system that no longer exists. Normally, I strive to be more upbeat, but the truth is, I have been a wreck these past few days. Take care of yourselves, but more importantly, look out for each other. We need this now because our rugged individualism will not save us. Good morning.
Good morning.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. In light of the events of what has happened, I want you to share what's on your heart today.
Well, wow. Um, that's a lot. What's happening right now
Mm-hmm.
in real
in
town
in
time?
real town time.
Mm-hmm.
We warn people.
We warn people.
People told me, oh,
People
that'll
told
never
me,
happen
"Oh,
in
that'll
America.
never happen in America."
Mm-hmm.
And my response was,
And my
remember,
response
this
was,
is
"Remember,
America.
this is America.
Remember the history
Remember the history
of America.
of America."
And we got a group of
And we
people that
got a
want
group
to
of
go
people that
back to
want to
that
go
history.
back to that history.
See, to think that we came so far that nothing makes sense. When you got a group that you know
Uh-oh, Pastor, I lost you.
was power.
I lost you a little bit. Go ahead. I lost you volume wise. I'm having a hard time hearing you. It is breaking up, probably because of the wind. I hear lots of wind.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, hold on. Okay,
Okay,
okay.
All right, I hear you a lot better.
all right.
All right.
Go back to what you were saying. The last part I heard was you telling people remember what this country has done in the past.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
And
the
the
thing
thing is
is
that
that when the
when
Confederacy
the
never
Confederacy
died,
never died,
it was still
it
alive.
was still alive.
Mm-hmm.
There was always a
There
chance
was
of
always a
returning.
chance returning.
And what they
And
needed
what
was
they
to have
needed was to have
power of the
power of the
government,
government.
and they
Mm-hmm.
have
And
that
they
now.
have that now.
uh,
45,
45,
47.
47,
His
his
first
first
term in
term in
office
office
was
was
just a
just a
glance.
glance. And
Mm-hmm.
for
For some
some
reason,
reason,
people
people
weren't
wasn't paying
paying
attention.
attention.
They
They
didn't
didn't
see,
see it,
they
or
just
they just
ignored it
ignored it
because
because
this is
this is
America,
America,
the
the
greatest
greatest
nation on
nation
earth,
on earth,
and they
and
really
they really
believe that
believe that
lie.
lie.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
them
them
believing that
believing that
lie,
lie,
they
they
ignored
ignored
what was
what
really
was really
beginning to
beginning to
happen.
happen.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Um,
hate
hate
crimes went
crimes
up
went up
like
like
crazy.
crazy.
Why?
Why?
Because their
Because their
leader
leader
was
was
egging them
egging
on.
them on.
Mm-hmm.
The
The
language that their
language that
leader
their
was
leader
using,
was using,
Yep.
the
the
dog
dog
whistles that
whistles
many
that
of us
many of
heard
us
loud
heard
and
loud and
clear,
clear,
and told
and
them
told
this
them
is what
this
they're
is what they're
saying, and
saying, and
many
many
ignored it.
ignored it.
We
Mm-hmm.
have
We have
Cubans that
Cubans
voted
that voted
for this
for
man
this man
again,
again,
and he's on
and
the
he's
verge
on
of
the verge of
deporting them now
deporting them
because
now
he's
because
got
he's
the
got
okay
the
from the
okay from the
courts.
courts.
They didn't
They
get it.
didn't get it.
They
They
don't
don't
want
want
people of
people of
color.
color.
Period.
Period.
And I keep trying to explain to people that it's not just they don't want you to have rights. They don't want us to exist.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And when you understand that someone doesn't want you to exist, yes, that's why they're shutting you out of all um, parts of life, not just one thing. They want to shut you out of economy. They want to shut you out of political life. They want to shut you out of receiving any kind of goods and services. They want to shut you out of housing, right? They want to shut you literally out of the country or out of existence.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That's what we are up against. It's not just people saying, you stay over here and I'll stay over there. No, these are not your segregationists of the past. These are exterminationists.
Hmm.
Maybe I need to post that somewhere today. These are not segregationists. Okay, these are exterminationists. When someone says they want a white nation, a whites only nation, how do you think they're going to try to accomplish that? It's one or two ways: expelling all non white people or exterminating all non white people. So
Which
if
is
you
the cheapest?
so if you understand that, you should understand what time these people are on. They're not on
Hmm.
segregationist time. And people keep trying to attack these issues with the mindset of these people just want to be separate from us. No, these people do not want us to exist.
Here's the thing: if they want to be separate from us,
I can't hear you. You're breaking up again a little bit.
can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay. While they're going on HBCU campuses trying to provoke stuff, why
Trying
are
to
they going
provoke
into black churches
churches,
trying to start stuff?
trying to start
Because they
stuff.
want our extermination.
Exactly. This is not
Exactly. This
segregation.
is not
It's
segregation.
not
Black
that
churches are black
Black
churches.
churches are
it's
black
not that
churches.
they
Black
are
colleges are
Black
black
colleges are
colleges.
black
yeah,
colleges.
it's not that they want to be in our space. They want to attack us, to provoke us, so that they can have a reason for our non-existence. It's very
Hmm.
Hmm.
it's a laid out plan. Project 2025 talks about some of it, but even Project 2025 doesn't go as far as saying the final solution is extermination because they know that would have raised multiple alarms.
Yeah.
But they put in enough policy and legalese that people thought, oh, we're just going to be able to fight this with the courts. Well, the courts are capitulating.
Mm-hmm.
The Supreme Court is capitulating on some of the most important judgments and decisions that they don't need to be capitulating on. So
Right.
Congress, we already know, has capitulated. So yeah, again, you're not dealing with segregationists, you're dealing with exterminationists. And
I have a
once people get that, they'll understand where we are. But right now, I don't think people
mhm.
truly understand. These people do not want us to exist at all.
You just said something about capitulating. Congress and Supreme Court. I had a conversation last night,
And this
and this
person was
person was
telling me
telling
that
me that
uh, why
why
the
the
government is
government is
shut
shut
down,
down,
and the
and
good
the
Democrats certain
Democrats certain
things they
things
don't
they don't
want,
want,
and it's
and it's
about
about
giving
giving
money
money
to
to
immigrants. And I
immigrants.
say
And I say
that's a
that's a
lie.
lie.
Number one,
Number one,
why is
why
Trump?
is Trump?
I'm sorry, I
I'm
didn't mean to
sorry, I didn't
call
mean to
his
call
name.
his name.
Why is
Why
number
is number
45,
45,
47 been
47
able
been
to
able
do
to
what
do
he's
what he's
been
been
doing?
doing?
Why?
Why?
Because they
Because they
control the
control the
whole
whole
thing.
thing.
They don't
They
need
don't need
one
one
Democrat
Democrat
to.
to vote on anything. I
Mm-hmm.
said, this is what people need to pay attention to.
They don't
They
need
don't need
one
one
Democratic
Democratic
vote.
vote.
So if it's
So
a
if it's a
holdup,
holdup,
it is the
it is the
Republicans
Republicans
themselves.
themselves.
But they
But
blame
they
the
blame the
Democrats.
Democrats.
Why are they
Why are they
blaming the
blaming the
Democrats?
Democrats? Because they're lying.
Well, for the shutdown is the only place that they need their help. But they need their help.
Mhm.
But they need their help in order
So,
to continue to carry out their evil plan on the other side of the vote. And so
mhm.
the point is, why would we give you our vote seeing as you're going to carry out an evil plan on the other side? The country already isn't working because of how much harm and damage you've done to our federal systems already. So it's like threatening us with, oh, the government's not going to work. The government already isn't working. It's like, do you not understand that? It's already not
Your
working.
people,
It's already not working.
and he's still letting your people doing it now.
So yeah, I just want to again, as you're moving through your days and your weeks now, I just want to caution people. We already know that these streams and everything, they're spy apps. That's what they are. They're spy apps wrapped in a social media package. So just be mindful. Don't be putting all your contact information up here. Don't be putting your address. Don't be putting your WhatsApp number. Um, just limit the kind of information that you're putting on these sites. Um, Another thing that I'm consistently having to tell people is don't threaten the government. I mean, I know I shouldn't have to say that, right? But don't be going online threatening the government. Don't threaten the government. Don't threaten the felon in chief. Don't threaten his staff. Don't do these things. Why? Because you will get the three-letter people knocking at your door. In other words, don't make yourself a target. You're already going to be made one in other ways. Don't make yourself a target. Please and thanks. And again, when I see people doing that in my comment sections, I immediately delete them. Why? Because I don't need you making my page a target. I'm trying to get information out. Why are you making my page a target by targeting them people?
Mhm.
Think. So, again, be mindful. Um, If you like the pages that you follow that are really informative and helping you to learn things and giving you information to keep you safe, don't make those pages targets of being shut down. Doesn't that make sense? Like, wouldn't I want to keep up the pages that are helping to keep me informed? One way you could do that is to not do stuff in the comment section that gets that page targeted and taken down. Like, I shouldn't have to say these things, but I feel like I have to say them. To me, this is just common sense. If you want the pages to stay up and to stay on and to inform you, don't be doing stuff in the comment sections to get the pages taken down. Because guess what? When those pages are taken down, who are you going to be left with? Oh, that's right, media who keeps lying to you every day, who's not even reporting on what happened in Southside Chicago, who's not telling you about it because they want you to focus on an argument between two rappers. That's what they want you to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
While they over here invading whole black communities, they want you to focus on two women who are both wealthy, and their argument that they have with each other. That's what they want you to focus on. So help us help you. Final thoughts.
Again, we
Well,
need to
again,
wake
we
up.
need
I
to
said
wake
this
up.
so
I
many
said this so
times.
many times.
We need to wake
We
up
need to wake up
to what's
to
happening.
what's happening.
Pay attention.
Pay attention.
Stop
Stop
listening to what
listening
they're
to what they're
saying
saying
and start
and start
watching
watching
what's
what's
actually
actually
happening.
happening.
Mm-hmm.
Educate
Educate
yourself.
yourself.
They
They
repeat the
repeat the
same
same
lies
lies
over and
over and
over and
over and
over.
over.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
If
If
they're
they're
saying
saying
somebody
somebody
else
else
is
is
doing
doing
something,
something,
there's
there's
a
a 99.99999%
99.999.999%
chance
chance
that
that
they're the
they're the
ones that's
ones that's
doing it.
doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But they
But they
said so
said so
much you
much you
believe it's
believe
the
it's
other
the other
person.
person.
Mm-hmm.
Wake up.
Wake up.
I know
I
they
know
hate
they
this
hate this
word
word
because
because
it
it, it
that means you're
that means you're
educated.
educated.
That means
That
you
means you
realize what's
realize what's
actually
actually
happening.
happening.
Mm-hmm.
But
But
stay
stay
woke.
woke.
Get
Get
woke and
woke and
stay woke.
stay woke.
The
The
opposite of that
opposite
is
of that is
asleep,
asleep,
comatose,
comatose,
zombified.
zombified.
Mm-hmm.
So you
So
either
you
woke
either
or you
woke
one
or
of
you
those
one of
three.
those three.
My God.
Bottom line.
Bottom line.
So
So
wake up,
wake up,
stay woke.
stay woke.
Find out
Find
what's
out what's
happening.
happening.
Do
Do
some do
some
some
do some
research.
research.
It's there.
It's there.
The truth.
The truth is out there. Predicated to listening to the same thing over and over, and then we start believing it. When it's a lie,
When
and
it's a
you
lie, and
know
you
this man,
know
you
this man,
gotta know
you
this man
gotta know this
lies.
man lies.
And I'm
You
gonna
gotta know
You
that they
gotta know
lie.
that they lie.
I'm gonna put a caveat in here. Um, go to your library and ask for help. I see people oftentimes say, I don't know where to start looking, or I don't know how to research, I don't know how to find and separate out false sources of information from true sources. Your librarian will help you do that. Go to libraries while they're number one, still open, and number two, still free. And number three, still not compromised yet because the people who are behind the desk actually care about you learning and getting factual information.
Hmm.
I try to go to libraries at least 2 or 3 times a month, even more if I possibly can. And I start there if I'm looking for something to get book recommendations, to get website recommendations. Some of the librarians will sit down with you and show you how to search for certain things that you're looking for so that you can get it from actual true sources. Okay? So if you're struggling saying, the World Wide Web is so big, Google is too much for me, go to the library. and get actual guided help for free. Signed, former librarian assistant. Signed, former school librarian. Okay? We would love to help you. Okay? That librarians live for that. What? Somebody actually want individual help from me? They came
Mm-hmm.
into the library especially to look for me to help them? They didn't just wander around the library just saying, I got it, I'll figure it out eventually. No, they came to the library to look for me to ask for help.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Utilize the resources at your fingertips. And if you already have not done this, put all of your family members on a phone tree chat. So if anything goes down, you can do some voice notes and send it to your group and send it to your family chat. That way everybody knows what happened and what's going on with you immediately. Short videos, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, those can be sent very quickly through text to your family group chat. Okay? Again, walkie talkies is a good idea if you got a small family, especially walkie talkies. Code word for your family. Code word for I'm in trouble. Code word for I'm being held illegally. Code word for call my lawyer. Okay? Because sometimes you may only get one call. So you got to put all that in there in a very short period of time. All right? This has been another episode of Daring Dialogues, and I've been your host today, Shantae Charles. I want to thank you for your time and for your attention. Remember, light is the most daring opposition to evil. So go out and be what?
Like.
Light. Take care, everyone. Be well, and most importantly,